Okay, let's see. So this person is another foreign resume, LLM. Wow, this is a lot of transactions. Let's see what's going on. So this person is now a legal intern. They work for several months. Compared to order. This transaction sheet, I actually like the transaction sheet. I think that this should go on a separate page. So a lot of times attorneys do transaction sheets, and I think it's a good idea for you to do a transaction sheet. And I think it's especially a good idea many times if you're a foreign attorney to do them, but also any corporate attorney, it's always a good idea to do transaction sheets. And then a lot of times these bar things are fine. The big question though, when anytime someone's interviewing a foreign attorneys, they're always going to be someone that's they're going to be concerned about, are they going to stay if they come and all those sorts of things. My advice really, if you have a resume that's this, especially if you've done a lot of corporate work, is to try to apply to smaller corporate firms and really you have to show up many times in person and go in and just show yourself and say, I'm a corporate attorney, I've got all this experience, I can do this. I've taken the bar, and get jobs that way. It's very difficult. There are some firms in New York that do take chances and have programs for foreign attorneys, but it's not easy to get into them. It's not the easiest thing. I like this resume and I think this person looks like a great attorney. It's very difficult for you to transition into everything. The issue here is you're doing different type of work. So I would try to, if you were doing, your resume needs to be focused on a practice area, whether that's antitrust or something. I would love it to be corporate. It looks like you did a lot of things here. So however you can focus that would be very helpful. It's very difficult to break into a new market like the US, especially, I'm assuming you might be in New York City. Looks like you are. That's very difficult. But take a look at what we're talking about also the American resumes, because that can be very helpful as well. I don't know that I like the stuff about the evening division. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know that people always need to see that. And maybe you do have to put that. I don't know what the rule is. Let's see. Budget director. Okay. So a lot of these societies and things, I think a lot of times are unnecessary. So it just clogs things up. People care about your grades to some extent, but they don't necessarily care about all these activities. Now, if you're editor in chief of something, that's great, but I don't know. Again, I think a lot of these things can come off. Let's see, a review of a merit scholarship. I don't know what this stuff is. Or if you're on a first place team, I don't know if that's necessary. So just be very careful about listing a lot of these things. And then again, the GPA, I don't know, the GPA puts you in the top of your class, but if it doesn't, there's no reason to draw attention to it. Same thing with everything you did in college. Like you want to draw attention to things that look really good, but not necessarily anything that points to any form of mediocrity. If you're applying for jobs in DC, that's great, but you don't want to list Virginia if you're applying for jobs in Virginia. And if you're applying for jobs in Virginia, then it's great that you're studying for the July bar exam. But if you're applying for jobs in DC, there's no reason to list you're applying for Virginia. I guess a lot of firms in Virginia do like it. Could see here.